Hello and welcome to Manifest with Shannon. This tarot channel focuses on your personal development, your personal growth. I'm here to help you manifest that vision board. All right, so for today's reading, we're going to be looking at what's next. What new direction are you heading down? So this reading will take an overview of a new path or direction you're about to take in your life. And so you have three groups to choose from. We have group 1, group 2, and group 3. So take a look at the 3 different piles, go down to the description box, and that's where I'll have the timestamps for each one. All right, I'll see you at your reading. Hello group 1 and welcome to your reading. So in this reading we're going to look at what your next, where you're going next. What's next on your journey? What new direction are you about to be taking? Where are you going? What's going to happen here? Like, I feel collectively we're all going through a massive shift, and so in our personal lives, we're going to be going through that same shift in different ways. So how it affects us personally, we'll look at here. This is a group reading, so you share this reading with other people in your soul group. So just take the messages that resonate and leave the rest. Okay, I'm going to deal out these cards first, and then I'm going to add a different oracle deck to kind of give it some keywords, to draw a little more information from. Okay, so let's take a look at your cards. Right here in the middle, this is your present moment. We have the Knight of Pentacles and Voyage. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is a slow moving energy that talks about planning and preparation. And here we have Voyage. So you have been, or what is in your heart is to start something new, and you've been working on it. So this is something you've been planning for a while, something you've been working on for a while. Maybe you want to move somewhere, or maybe you want to change jobs, or maybe you want a whole new adventure in your life. It really depends on your own personal situation, but I really get the sense of wanting to start something new here. But this new thing that you're wanting to start is something that you've been working on for quite some time. You're trying to head in a whole new direction. So this pile, this is for those of you that are kind of know the direction you want to go to, and you've been working on it for a while. So you've got the plans, you've been working it out on paper, you've got your vision board, but you've actually been putting in the work. Like if you are starting a whole new business, perhaps. Now there's Pentacles energy in here, which is letting me know that it might be something related to your career or a business. It doesn't have to be, but it's about earthly things. So it could be a change in residence, as I said, or a move. But there's a new place that you're planning to go, and you've been working on it for a while. So perhaps you've been saving money, or you've been researching different places that you'd like to live, or you've been researching different jobs you'd like to try, or perhaps you've been working on your business plan. There's all kinds of things that you have been doing, that you've been working on. And that comes from back here. We have Wisdom and Queen of Cups. So this is your past, and this is letting me know that you've really found like a peacefulness inside yourself. And that comes from a lot of like hard lessons and hard learn, very deep spiritual person. You really can dive into the depths of yourself here. You're really good at going down deep into your emotional self and to really work on that so that you can process your emotions. You're somebody who really likes to process their emotions on a regular basis. So you're constantly, I feel it like almost like a pruning process. As you go along, you're constantly pruning things. So if something's bothering you, you really look into it and you find out why. And it's because here you, with the sun, this is what you've learned along the way, the truth and the sun. I can really see that you've learned how to see the light and the truth and to be comfortable and happy in your own truth. So you're very much standing in your own authentic truth. You're not afraid to be yourself, and you feel pretty positive and happy most times. I get this as a group that's pretty stable emotionally. And when we come down here, and this is your subconscious, we have a community with the rainbow and the butterflies, and we have the Ace of Pentacles. So there's something that you are definitely on your mind. There is a thought, a new project, a new idea, or something that's on your mind. And you know that you need a help to do it, and you have perhaps been reaching out to others for help. And but I feel like you've been met with problems. You've been trying to create this thing, and you've been met with disappointments and problems, especially from people, maybe even hiring people to help you, and they're just not working out, or they, didn't produce the work that you paid them to do. So there's been a real disappointment. Maybe you had a friend group, you were working with some people, and it just fell apart. So there's a sense of loss here, of maybe even some regret of some of the choices that you've made, because I get the sense here that you feel like you should be further along than you are. So we have that Knight of Pentacles energy, slow moving. And with the rainbows, there's a couple of rainbows in here, few rainbows. You might be in the LGBTQ plus, I forgot the letters, I'm sorry, gay community. But I saw on TikTok someone pronounce it the Libitiqua. I thought that was great. But yeah, so perhaps maybe you have thought you found your community, and maybe they weren't, they weren't what you thought they were. Whatever the case here is, or maybe you are feeling like you are alienated. Like there's a sense of regret and alienation, and that you've been working really hard on something, and you've been working hard on yourself, but something is not, like you're wondering where this is going. And you're worried about the future. And you're trying to find, like, you really want to connect with your people. That's what I feel here. You really want to connect with your people. You're finding yourself, like, regardless of what it is that you're working on and where you're trying to go, you're trying to find your people. Whether it's people in your own business, like community. Well, let's just use tarot, for example. Let's say you're a tarot reader like me, and you're on YouTube, and maybe you want other tarot readers to ask you to collaborate, or maybe you want to collaborate with them, but you're not sure if you should, or maybe they've turned you down, or whatever the case. I feel a sense of disappointment in here, because going forward we have the Five of Cups and relaxation. So this is your message going forward. This is what you're being told it to do here. Or what's in your best interest going forward. And so with the Five of Cups, if you see, here she is looking to the past. So there's something that's happened in your past that has really made you feel sad. There's a sense of loss and regret. And with this relaxation, it's saying, like, take a break. You've been working pretty hard going forward. Like, give yourself some rest, for real needed rest. And don't forget to pursue some of your own interests, like reading a book, for example, or watching some movies, or just taking a walk, or, sometimes if you work on something and you're very singularly focused, you can kind of shut out everything else and then lose track. And so maybe you have lost friend groups because you've been so focused in on your own work that you've just lost contact with people. So maybe you're starting to feel some loss and regret looking back, But this is saying just take some time for yourself to really nurture your own personal interests. Not everything has to be the hustle, and not everything has to be what you're trying to achieve. Like, just know that, allow the process to unfold. And as we go down here, some of you might be dealing here with some, we have the devil. So we might be dealing with some addiction issues. It doesn't have to be to a substance. It's just an addiction to something, a way of life, a thought, an idea, obsession. So I really get the sense of an obsession, that you've been really obsessed with something, and it's causing you a bit of strife here because you maybe, as I said, been too focused on it and at the detriment to other things in your life, like your friends and your family and things. And so now going forward, it's saying just take some time for yourself to just be, and just be in the moment and allow the past to be in the past. As there's a Buddhist saying, don't turn old stones over in your mind, like let it go. And look forward to the future with an open mind. We have adventure. Like, you just never know. There's a lot of, is that birds? Yeah, it's birds. I thought those butterflies. There's a lot of, like, really great adventures coming your way. Just, it's a bit of like, the devil here is just saying, like, don't get too obsessed with one idea or one thing, because it could be that you have to let go of some of these older things. It's like you've been working on a draft version of your life so far, put it that way, like the first draft. You're on the first draft, and this devil card is saying, like, you have to face some of those things now with that Five of Cups energy that you're gonna have to let go. And with the Five of Swords here, this is your kind of your guiding light. It's saying you don't always have, like, you know what? It's interesting here. Actually, let's take a look. Yellow dress, yellow dress. So I feel like this card is saying you are the one who's been the victim of somebody else's or other people's nastiness, or they cut ties with you. Something's happening in your life where you had to deal with some toxic situation, toxic people. And it's really asking you to let it go, because you've really worked hard and you've learned how to stand in your life. You've learned that you deserve to have good things, and there's lots of new adventures waiting for you. And it's important to just, again, don't turn old stones over in your mind. Let those people go. Let those things go. And embrace the thing you can't see yet. I think there's a bit of an obsessive quality here of wanting something to happen so badly, needing something to happen in the way you've been working on it. And it's like, it's not necessarily going to be what you thought it will be. But you need to embrace this process, and part of this process is you letting go of the old and embracing the new, because you're about to hit a new adventure. We have adventure, we have voyage in here, and it's a real sense of you're about to embark on a whole new journey, but you really got to let go of those old patterns, old relationships, old thought, ways of thinking, old habits that are going to hold you back from these new adventures. So that's really what you're coming to now, is in the near future is going to be, you're going to be given the chance to really let go of anything that has been holding you back. You're going to be finally free of these old haunts and these old toxic people. You're going to finally free yourself of these things. You're going to let it all go, because that's what you've been working on. This has been like a hard-fought journey for you, and you've suffered some losses. Confidence is your key to success as New Moon in Leo. Yeah, and you're going to start to build that confidence back, because I really sense in this reading that you've been let down. Some of you, it was a relationship where somebody in the relationship you know, caused you some harm. Sorry, that's cards flipped. You know what? These are your cards. Okay, so we have believe in the impossible blue moon. Exactly. That's that devil energy going forward. A part of me thinks too, with the devil energy, it's like there's something you just feel like you can't have as well. Or that you shouldn't follow it. But when you get down the road, you're going to see like, yeah, I can. You're going to embrace that. You're going to let go of that inner battle within yourself where you don't think you should do something that actually you should probably do. You're going to rethink things in the future. You're really going to evaluate how you believe, you know, your life should be and where you should be going. And you're going to be letting go a lot of old stuff. And you're going to feel brand new. You're going on a whole new adventure. There's some really exciting things coming for you. A personal issue reaches resolution. Exactly. Yeah, that's that devil. It's you're finally letting go of something that's happened in your past. It was that, you know, your guidance here is like something happened, but it was actually ultimately for your highest good. Even though you can't see that right now, in the future, you're going to see how you've been able to overcome something in your life through this other person's actions. Now, it could be that it wasn't a person, but a situation that happened that left you feeling hurt and alone. But this is really ultimately going to be your greatest healer. And you're about to enter a whole new phase in your life of real, like, brand new adventures, things that you just didn't even think you could do. The answers you need are coming. Yeah. So these cards are definitely saying, like, just let stuff go. Believe in yourself, even though you got knocked back a little bit here, even though you kind of, maybe you used to feel in the past really good and happy, but now you're, you know, moving forward. Something has derailed you a little bit. Somebody, you know, maybe this hasn't happened yet. Maybe it might be that somebody, you might start to feel a little bit of loss, but I do feel like you already feel like that. And so, you know, in the future, it's saying, whatever happens, know that it's for your highest good. You're building up your confidence. You're building up you're standing up for yourself. You're learning to stand up for yourself and believe in yourself. And you're learning to walk away from people who don't have your highest good, because you're embracing a whole new life for yourself and you have a vision of what you want to achieve. And you've been working really hard, and you're not going to let anyone derail you. You're not going to let even yourself and your own habits derail you, because you're going to overcome a lot of those things. So that's really great. There's some really beautiful things in your future here coming in. Let's take a look at your last oracle cards. Okay. We have better than you can imagine. See, you also have believe in the impossible. And then with that devil energy in the future, I really feel like you just, there's something you just don't think you can have. You kind of let it go. It's almost like you resigned to believe that, you know, you've been working hard, and even though you know, something happened and now you're like, oh, that is never going to happen for me. It is, but it's just not going to happen the way you think it will. You got to believe in the impossible here. Like, you have to have your mind open to anything, because you're really on this path of a whole new, different kind of adventure that, you know, that is going to be better than you can possibly imagine. Better than you can imagine. Okay. Perception. Again, the devil energy, it's all in how you perceive things. It's all in how you think about yourself, and building that confidence and building the courage to stand up for yourself and to learn that you believe your beliefs about things. You're going to change, because you're going to learn which habits and which ideas that you've been holding on to that have been holding you back. So you're going to let those go. Okay. Master Manifester, you are going to be manifesting wonderful, awesome adventures. That's with this card here. Adventures. You're on your way. Believe in it. Okay? Believe that your future is beautiful. Just like at the sun here, you've learned along the way, that you're pretty emotionally stable, like you're confident. Now it's time to put that into practice. Now it's time to really embrace that, because um, it might be put to the test, but you're going to really come out shining like a diamond here. And in the future, there's some really wonderful adventures that you can't even imagine, like things you can imagine. And it might be, okay, so let me give you an example. First of all, let's see your last card. Action leads to success. Okay. So let's just say that, you want to move, right? And you've been looking at moving to this one particular city, but it just hasn't been working out. Something got derailed, but then out of nowhere, you find this whole other city, and it's not a city you ever even thought of, and maybe it's disappointing to you to even go there. But then turns out that you end up going there, and it's better than you could possibly imagine. Like, it's everything you wanted and more. So you have to be open your mind up to anything right now, because all kinds of new adventures are heading your way. You just got to let go of old ideas, old pains, old hurts. Don't, like I said, don't turn those old stones into your mind. Start to think about now, planning for your future now, and keeping your head and mind in a place of hopefulness and openness, and be confident, because you are definitely on a path, a really beautiful path. You've been doing the hard work. You are going to be rewarded for your hard work. All right. Thank you so much, Group 1. It was a pleasure to do your reading. Leave a comment if any of this resonated with you. I'd love to hear from you. Do subscribe to my channel, because I'd love to have you back. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye now. Hi, Group 2. Welcome to your reading. If you missed the intro, this reading is going to be what's next on your journey? What's next on your path? What direction are you headed in? So this will, for those of you that have been wondering, like, what's going to happen next, this reading will give you a little clarity. So I'm going to shuffle out your cards. I have two different decks an oracle deck and these that I'm working with. So I'm going to fast forward so you're not too bored watching this. Okay, so let's take a look at your cards. We have 5 of Voices, which is 5 of Swords, Ace of Voices, 8 of Swords, Page of Voices, Page of Swords, 4 of Emotions, 4 of Cups, 2 of Voices, 2 of Swords, Page of Emotions, which is Page of Cups, and then up here we have Muse of Materials, which is the King of Pentacles. A lot of swords energy in this reading. It's like you're battling between your heart and your mind. And where you're at this moment, so let's take a look here. Underneath, we have taking risks, 5 of Voices. In this particular 5 of Voices, it's like you're having an inner battle with yourself. And here, Spirit is coming in to say, offer the olive branch of truth. Right now, either you are feeling very torn between a lot of different things that you could be, like, it's an inner battle feeling where you don't know what to do. You kind of spun around, and you feel there's an internal anger that you might be dealing with, frustration. You really want to do something. You really want to take some risks, but it's almost like you're afraid to. You don't really know what direction to take. You don't know what to do. With taking risks and 5 of Voices, it might be you're afraid to take some risks right now because you've been disappointed, or you've had some things go horribly wrong, or maybe you tend to sabotage yourself. That might be part of it too. But right now, it's like you're ready to take some risks. But I feel for this particular reading, you just aren't sure yet. Like, you don't know how to move forward. We go into the past, we have Ace of Voices and Illumination. So you really did have an awakening moment of clarity in your past. There's something that you thought about, and something that happened, and a clear voice came in your head. I feel like you're very connected to, are able to communicate with with your higher self, you could, or your spirit guides, or whatever you want to call it. You're able to connect to that, and you were able to connect to that, especially in the past. It's something that opened up. And with Page of Voices and Gateway here, so we have the unicorn. It was like it blew your mind. Like, you really felt like, wow, I can have, I can talk to, this higher power. I can create things. I can do things. But I sense that maybe you're feeling like a bit disenchanted now. Perhaps you're not hearing that as much. And you're wondering why, what happened, what along the way. You've gone through some things, I feel, that have been challenges for you. And perhaps those challenges are now leaving you feeling rather disenchanted. Like, in the past, you had this whole vision, you knew what you wanted to do, you were like, I'm so connected to spirit, almost like a spiritual awakening kind of, where you were like, wow, this is great, and I can do this. And then some things have happened along the way that have really shaken you up and maybe made you feel disappointed, like things didn't work out the way you thought they would. And so now you're in this place of, well, what now? And I feel like in your subconscious, when you have the Four of Emotions here with action, there's like this storm. You're in the middle of a storm. I feel a lot of you are in a stormy part of your life. And, if we look at in the world right now, yeah, it's stormy. So maybe it's affecting you a lot. And maybe it's not even about that. Maybe it's just, there's just a lot going on. And a lot of it's internal with you. I feel there's a real internal battle going on with you right now. And you just don't know what to do. And you're kind of stuck in this inaction at the moment because you want to take risks. You want to do these things. But inside yourself, there's this feeling of just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know. You feel a bit stuck. And you feel a bit lost. And you feel a bit like you had something and you don't have it anymore, or you have it and it's not the same as it was, or there's a disappointment. I feel a sense of disenchantment here, like, or just a sense of confusion about not knowing what to do. And there's this inner battle within yourself. So going forward here, we have Two of Voices with thriving. So this is the message you need to know going forward. And so the Two of Voices here with thriving, it's like, your hands are not tied. You do know what to do. You do know what actions to take. And that's because these experiences that you've gone through have given you this sense of clarity and wisdom and understanding that others wouldn't get without those experiences that you've been through. And going forward, it's important to remember that. Like, remember that everything you've been through has shaped you. And you are being shaped and molded, and you are becoming more wise, and you're becoming more, I feel very much spiritual connection here. And I feel like this is a group, a soul group, who was on like a spiritual journey. A whole bunch of stuff happened and now you feel like you don't know what to do anymore. And maybe you're even having a bit of like a spiritual crisis in a way, where you're doubting yourself and you're not sure which path to take. With thriving, you see, it's like a giraffe. Giraffes have these long necks, so they can see really high. It's like, this gives you this vantage point. All the things you've been going through is giving you this incredible vantage point so that you can see beyond the things that other people can see. And going forward, you're really going to start to have clarity of mind. You're not going to feel so indecisive. And the other message here going forward is to say, like, be more decisive. Like, think more from a place of wisdom. If you tap into that wisdom of looking at all of the things that you've been through the lens of your wisdom and your experience and your maturity, because I feel too with a lot of, there's a couple of pages in here in Aces, this is a real beginner energy. So either you're stuck in beginner energy or you're young, and so you haven't had as many experiences yet, but this is kind of saying, yes, you have what you had been through is a lot. You've learned a lot. Trust that wisdom moving forward. Know that here, the page of emotions and protecting, like you can follow your heart, you're protected. You are very protected. This is a group that is really in connection to a higher source. You're very much connected to ancestors, to something that is you're very protected. So, you know, even though you might not feel like that, because especially if you've been through a lot, you might like, you know, thinking you're feeling vulnerable. This is saying you're not. The page of emotions is really allowing your creativity, your youthfulness, your wonder, your sense of wonder for the world, and this vivaciousness and this real passion to follow like your heart here is, that's where you're coming to. You're going to feel that renewed sense of passion and love for a certain particular, for your life, for you, and for where you want to go. And you're going to know that you're protected, and you're going to have confirmation of that going forward. You're going to feel very protected, and you're going to see it for yourself. So, because up here we have the guidance. It's like always inner peace, but there's twos. Okay. So with the Muse of the King of Pentacles here, there's like a 2, and then there's a 2. You're protected. Now, some of you, it might be grandparents or parents or like a couple of ancestors, something, you know, maybe protecting you, or it's just that knowing that you're surrounded by protection, knowing that even here, like not necessarily, you know, people who have passed on, but just here, like on this plane, you're protected and it is safe for you. Okay, so you can feel peaceful, and this real sense of peace is coming to you, this real sense of inner peace and knowing what to do and having confidence in yourself and believing in yourself and following the path you're meant to go down. That's what's really the next step of your journey here, is letting go of the fight, you know, dropping your swords and finding that inner peace. You're really finding inner peace here. Going forward in your journey, you're going to find inner peace, and you're going to find out that you are very protected, and it's going to give you this sense of like confidence and I just feel like a vigor, like a renewed vigor coming in here. So some clarity. Okay, let's see what else wants to come out. All right. So we have emotions are running high, super moon. That's what I felt with that taking, where's the 5 of voices, like you're feeling all sorts of things. You're feeling out of sorts right now. You've kind of an inner battle going on, and you might be feeling quick to anger, like turmoil inside, maybe a bit of a depression. I wouldn't say it's a severe one or anything, but it's just kind of like a melancholy almost, like it's a frustration. There's a real frustrated energy here, but that's going, next on your journey is you overcoming that. So, and finding a real sense of peace. The energy is gaining momentum. Yeah, I feel like that peaceful energy is what's gaining momentum in your life, and you're letting go of that, the anger, like the frustrated anger. You're gonna find some peace here. Confidence is your key to success. That was in the first pile too, and that's what I really feel with this pile. You're gonna find that renewed sense of confidence, because you're not gonna feel as vulnerable, because you're gonna know that you're protected. balance spirituality and practicality. Yeah, so that's what I felt, that you were on this spiritual path. And somewhere along the way, you've been disenchanted because some things have happened and you feel like you don't know what path to head down anymore, maybe, and you're just confused and you're not sure what to believe in. But this is saying, like, take time out for yourself to like meditate and find that inner peace. Like, that's your guidance card, is to really sit inside yourself in peace every day, even if it's just for 5 minutes. And I really find those hertz, look up 432 hertz, for example, like lots of them on Spotify and even on YouTube. You can find lots of videos for meditation music that is been very helpful for me, and I think it could help you too, that real sound healing, because I feel like you kind of need to sit and meditate and find that inner peace by facing some of that inner turmoil, and that will help you overcome. So you're not so caught up in the outside world, that you're working on the inside world too. Conclusions are within reach. That's again that going inside yourself and that meditation practice, so that you can find calm inside. And I feel like maybe some of you are actually doing that right now, and this is a confirmation that what you're doing is working. And and I think a lot of you, while you're doing your meditation work, you're going to find that you can connect even greater to that higher voice, that inner voice, that claircognizance, even a clairaudience you might be able to hear. So yeah, this is a very spiritual reading, I feel, this one, because I think a lot of you have been struggling emotionally and internally, and this is saying, like, the next phase in your journey is a sense of clarity. Yeah, you are what you think. Yes, so that's again going into your thoughts, going into meditation, and putting your mind on the positive and thinking about, know you're protected, know you're safe, and finding that confidence. Okay. We have abundance. You have the ability to manifest whatever you want to manifest. And if you want to manifest, if you want to achieve abundance, the key here is to really find that inner peace, and to really work on settling your mind down so that it can focus on what it is you really want, instead of thinking about all the things that you don't want. I think your mind is really focused on what you don't want right now. And right now, it really needs to shift to focusing on what it is that you want. And that is really going to come for you. It's going to come from a sense of feeling safe to be vulnerable. Focus on the big picture. Yes, that's what is it that you want to achieve. This is part of your meditation practice here. What you're meant to focus on in meditation is the bigger picture. Tame and attain. Again, another one about calming the mind and about thinking thoughts that are about what you want to bring into your life, and letting go of any of the I don't wants. This is what I don't like. This is what I don't want. Instead, focus on this is what I do want. This is what I have achieved. This is what I know I'm good at. This is, I believe in myself and I know that I'm safe. Last but not least, the illusion. So that will cut through any kind of illusion that you have in your mind that you can't do these things, you can't achieve these things, that you're not good enough, or whatever it is that you're battling with inside right now that's causing you to feel that little bit of insecurity and that disenchanted, frustrated feeling. All of that is going to be washed away soon, and that's going to come from you doing that inner work, from really finding that inner peace through meditation and manifestation work. Yeah, it's really beautiful. You're really on a path to inner peace here, and I'm quite happy for you. All right, thank you so much for joining me, group 2. Do subscribe to my channel if you like this reading. I'd love to have you back, and leave a comment, like, and share if you thought somebody else might like this, one of your friends, and comment if you if it resonated with you. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye now. skip past the intro. This reading is going to be what is going to be, what's next on your path. What's next on your journey? What will be revealed to you soon about this new direction that you're about to take, a new path that's opening up to you. All right. So what I'm going to do is shuffle all of your cards and lay them out, and I'm going to fast forward because it's going to take a few minutes and I don't want to bore you. All right, group 3, let's take a look at your cards here. So we have the Knight of Pentacles, we have the Fool, the Wheel of Fortune, the Moon, the Chariot, the Three of Pentacles, and Seven of Cups. So I've also dealt out these other oracle cards to go with it for a little more clarity. One of the things I got right off the bat, because I found myself fiddling with these cards a lot, is that you're perfectionists here. There's a sense of perfectionism. And what is happening right now? We have the Knight of Pentacles and Patience. And what a perfect pairing, because the Knight of Pentacles is all about taking his time and planning and figuring out his next move. And he's not in a rush. He knows that you gotta be patient with things. You gotta take your time. And with this Knight of Pentacles, he's looking into the past. So we have here in the past the Fool with abundance. So you started on a whole new journey in the past. And this journey has led you to some pretty amazing things. What you've learned along the way is that by allowing yourself to follow your true north, allow yourself to be guided towards this path of abundance, that, good luck has found you. Basically, you've learned that that's how you make your own luck, by following the path that is meant for you. And, you took the lead. You understand about taking the lead and how important that is for your, your success. I really get a group that's very diligent, perfectionists who, you work really hard to know what you want to do and make it happen. You're definitely the doers. You're definitely the making things happen. Now, in your subconscious, we have purification with the Moon. Okay, so I feel like I should read the purification card for you. But the Moon is funny because it's falling in the position of subconscious. So this card represents your subconscious, and the Moon is also a card that represents the subconscious. So your subconscious right now is going through a process of purification, and you're working on those subconscious thoughts that are maybe causing you to see things in a bit of an illusion, like the things that our minds kind of tend to get carried away with things a little bit, because we're processing so much in our subconscious from all of the things that have happened in our past and all of the things that we want for our future, plus all of the things we see going on in the world, and you can build a lot of different fears and blocks and all of these things. Right now you're working in your subconscious is working to clear away those blocks, to clear away those illusions so you can purify. You're going through a real powerful phase in your life. So let's read the purification card. It's difficult for new, vibrant energy to enter your life. It has been clogged with old and outdated energy. Cleanse and purify your body and your physical space. This is a great time for detox, decluttering, clearing, cleansing, and space clearing. Release outdated energy to invite fresh, clear energy into life. Eat lightly. Don't take things personally. Release resentments, guilt, and blame. Purify yourself. Thought, word, and deed. Decluttering is modern day alchemy. If you don't like it or use it, let it go. This card can represent abundance and flowing waters, and metaphor for prosperity, and summer is the time of expansion. All right. So, and she's here at the water. You might have, like, having baths, salt baths right now, it helped to really clear some of your old energy, but that is what you're doing. I felt like the moon showing up in the subconscious is a very powerful placement here. You're going through some really powerful shifts, big, powerful shifts, and you can feel it too. And it might be unsettling for you right now. And trust me, I know. But here it's like moving forward. We have the Chariot with focus. I mean, I just love your reading. Focus, okay? The Chariot is about being driven by a singular focus. It's like, it don't get derailed from your path. Focus, because right up here, this is your guidance. 7 of Cups with power. Know your own power, okay? You're heading to, you're starting to step into your own power, and any chance that you can to step into your own power, you need to do. 7 of Cups is, again, linked to this moon card. Don't get distracted. Don't get shiny object syndrome. Don't get distracted by other options. Don't get distracted by other things. Focus. Focus on where you're going, where you've been going, because you are headed there. You are going there to success. We have here happiness. 2 dolphins. You're going to find a partner, I feel, because this is a 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles is a collaborative card. So I'm feeling like you're going to find help. There's some people who share your vision. And if you stay focused and you stay driven and you keep going and you don't allow yourself to be derailed by any of these old thoughts and patterns and habits and that perfectionism that tends to like prevent us from moving forward, because like, oh, it's not good enough, or I can't do it, that'll make you too judgmental. And if you let go of that and you stay focused on your path, and great things are coming your way. Okay, so like, there's gonna be real collaborative energy. You're gonna be working on something with some people, and it's going to be really hugely beneficial. So I feel like it's all coming together. All of the pieces are coming together in this trinity here. We have like the Trinity. That's, to me, is always the triangle: mind, body, spirit, kind of like everything's coming together. And this is the path you're going down. You've been working really hard, and you are going to manifest what you want to manifest, and happiness is guaranteed here. Absolutely. You are going to feel your cup shall overflow with joy, and it'll be because you've stepped into your power. It's because you've faced your fears. You have faced those blocks inside yourself. That's what you're working on right now. Your subconscious is really going through a purification and cleansing process. And know that any chance you get to step up into your own power, do it. That's the message here. And yeah, don't be caught up. Don't allow yourself to get distracted. Okay. A new romantic cycle begins. Ooh. Yeah, I feel like that with the 3 of Pentacles. There's a collaborative energy coming in here. And so you're going to meet some people who really blend with you, they vibe with you, and you're going to feel good. There's some real joy happening here. It's a real, like, meeting like minds and just feeling really strong and vital and powerful. Somebody who really got your back and supports you. The real sense of happiness. A time to give rather than take. Yeah, that's that energy of self-care right now. You know what I said about salt baths? Like, really care for yourself, really take care and nurture yourself right now, and know that your subconscious is going through this cleansing process. So any kind of things that come up that are distractions, let them go. This isn't a time to get involved with other dramas and things. This is a time to stay away from drama, stay away from all that stuff. Just really give time to yourself and time to your family and your friends. Like, nurture the relationships around you as well. Don't get too caught up in your path and what you're doing that you forsake like the people who love you in your life. But I really feel like you are focused on that you are working on that right now. Okay. Hold your vision. Again, we're talking about focusing. This is a fixed moon. Fix yourself. Fix yourself on what you need to manifest. We have one more here. Where you're going, your path, because this is a real clear message of don't get distracted. Your commitments are being tested. Okay, yeah, that kind of confirms what I thought. You're being tempted by other things, because and if you get distracted, you're going to feel the pain of it because it's going to frustrate you. You're going to get derailed. So this is really saying, know that that's kind of where you're at right now. If you've been going through a lot of crap, it's like, know that you're a lot stronger than you think you are, and that you have more power at your disposal than you know, and just keep focused on, do not let anybody's BS, don't let outside BS, don't get distracted by the news, by anything else. Okay, you have control over your own life here. There are some things that are just out of our control. Let it go. Know that everything that you're working on is going to manifest. So just keep your eye on the ball. It's like, don't take your eye off the ball here. Okay. Do that again. There we go. All right. So we have the illusion. I love it, because that is the moon in your subconscious, and the 7 of Cups here. Don't get distracted, okay, by stuff right now. Don't go down any weird paths or weird roads. Get distracted by anything, or tangents. Like, stay focused on what it is that you're working on, and keep a steady gaze. Claim your power. That goes well with that Power card up here. Know your power, know your worth, know where you're going, and just keep going there. Hold your vision. Opportunities coming. That's what I thought. Like, yeah, with this 3 of Pentacles up here and happiness. So somebody else is going to be coming in to give you an opportunity. Opportunities are knocking, and don't get distracted by other things that you don't see that opportunity coming and knocking. Because it is. You're totally on the right path here. You absolutely are. So if you're worried about that, if you think, oh, I'm on the right path, maybe I should do something else. No, keep going. You're on the right path. You're going in the right direction. Believe in yourself. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. Do subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you back. If any of this resonated with you, love to hear from you. Maybe leave a comment. You can like the video, share. This all supports me as a creator. Thank you so much. I hope to have you back again. Bye now.